What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. In today's video, I want to talk about New York Jets rookie minicamp. That's the big story right now. It was the NFL draft, and now we have transitioned and talked about rookie minicamp. And in particular, I want to talk about someone who is there, an undrafted free agent rookie who just has an absolutely incredible story. Now, we spent some time on Quantz Striders already, which is just another unbelievable story. In case you missed it, you probably heard it, but just brief synopsis. He was going to college in 2020. Season got canceled because of COVID, unfortunately. And then his father passed away in an accident, and then he dropped out, and he wasn't going to college. He was working. His mom signed him up for a fan-controlled football league tryout. He makes a team. He was great. He gets a tryout for the CFL, makes a team, and then wins their equivalent of Rookie of the Year, has to enter the NFL draft, and then gets drafted by the Jets. Like, just truly remarkable story, but there's another one that the New York Jets have, and I figured why not today go through and talk about it, because outside of the Jets posting about it, it's kind of flown a little bit under the radar. So the Jets have invited a tight end, Patrick Mcweeny, who is from Staten Island, New York. And he grew up a New York Jets fan to minicamp. And it would be a cool story even if it just stopped there, right? Like someone who grew up locally, grew up a Jets fan, went to college, was actually at Coastal Carolina for 5 seasons, and then was at Citadel last year. Was a team captain with Citadel, and it would have been a cool story, again, just to be like, hey, kid grew up, locally as a Jet fan and is, now an undrafted free agent with the tryout with the New York Jets. Like, that's awesome, but it really goes so much further than that. So his father, Timothy Mcweeny, was a New York Jets season ticket holder. He joined the FDNY in 1987 and won 6 awards for heroism on the job from 1987 through 2001. And unfortunately, at just 37 years old, he passed away in the terrorist attacks of September 11th, 2001. Now, Patrick was just 9 months old when his father passed away, so he really doesn't have much memory of his father, but he has, he says he feels like he knows him through all the different stories that have been told, and the love of football. He has an uncle who played college football at Fordham. Obviously grew up a Jets fan, and a big reason for that, his father was a season ticket holder with the New York Jets for a while. Some of Patrick's favorite players, favorite New York Jets, all good ones, and guys that I grew up loving: Leon Washington, Santonio Holmes, Nick Mangold. Those are 3 really solid choices. Leon Washington on the Jets from 06 through 2009, return specialist, was a really kind of third down running back. Santonio Holmes had some huge moments in the playoffs for the Jets, a good wide receiver for a few years. And then Nick Mangold, who was a Jets legend for a decade from 2006 through 2016. As I mentioned, he played at Coastal Carolina for 5 years and then transferred. He was at Citadel, and he was a team captain there. He's a tight end, and clearly has an uphill battle to make this New York Jets roster. The Jets have Tyler Conklin, Jeremy Ruckert as a number 2 tight end, and then beyond that you have guys like Zach Kuntz and Kenny Yeboah competing for roster spots. But how do you not root for a guy who, once again, grew up in New York as a New York Jets fan, and who has a story like this where he unfortunately lost his father to the 9/11 terrorist attacks, and that's an unfortunate thing that happened, but it's a very relatable thing in New York that a lot of people have gone through, and that a lot of Jet fans and just New Yorkers in general can relate to. I don't know anybody who wasn't impacted in some way or form, or know someone who has a connection to being impacted by that day. And even on the Jets, Robert Saleh has a connection to September 11th, when his brother, who worked in the World Trade Center, was working there during September 11th, and that was, Robert Saleh's kind of wake-up call in a way to follow his passion and get into coaching. And, he wanted to, turn his life around and change and get into doing something that he loved. So while obviously, Patrick has a long way to go before making this New York Jets team, and it's tough for these undrafted rookies. Very few make the team every year. Maybe 1 or 2 guys end up making it. And he has an uphill battle because, the Jets have a good tight end in Tyler Conklin and someone they drafted in the 3rd round in Jeremy Ruckert, who grew up a Jets fan from Long Island. A great story there as well. But again, how do you not root for a guy like Patrick Mcweeny in this spot? So Jets with this draft class have a couple guys who have really incredible stories, and it's going to be an easy team to root for in 2024. So just wanted to share that story with you in case you didn't know. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new. Catch you guys next time.